Drive his way, good soul. The church released today a new pamphlet urging understanding between Muslims and Latter-day Saints. The pamphlet is titled Muslims and Latter-day Saints: Beliefs, Values, and Lifestyles. So it's important to understand what the definition of understanding is. Is it, number one, the universally known version, perceive the intended meaning of words, language, or a speaker? No. It is not even perceive the significance or explanation or cause of something. It is, number two, interpret or view something in a particular way. And it's the way that they produced in the pamphlet. So you need to know that right off the bat, because there's going to be some purposely left out information about Muslims. First of all, Muslim is the culture. Islam is the religion. Mormon is the culture. Mormon is the religion. Technically Lucifer. But Mormons don't like that. No, Travis. No, you can't say that. The inverted pentagram on the keystone, it is not what... you're not understanding it correctly. So the symbol for Islam, because in order to understand the culture, you have to understand the religion. The number one definition, not the number two. I'm the one who broke the news for all of you, or have made the discovery. I am the guy, thanks to the Book of Mormon. 600 years from the time Lehi left Jerusalem, a sign in the heavens, 4 CE, 8 April. Yeah, that's their symbol. It's a crescent, and they refer to it as a moon, except that it's smiling. That's interesting. The moon only smiles when it's at a first or third quarter-ish situation at the rising or setting of the sun, never at the noonday sun period or the midnight moon period. And there's also a star that's supposed to be attributed with it. That is the solar eclipse that occurred on 8 April 4 CE. Yes, 20 years before the date of the latter days that everyone knew the day and hour of. The wedding supper of the Lamb. And so yes, that's the symbol they used. As well as every other religion and our current DreamWorks and Mac Tonight. Everybody uses it. They just don't understand number one reason for it. The Muslim family is mostly monogamous, but the Quran, their religious scripture, their extra Bible, as Mormons have been accused of having the Book of Mormon be our extra Bible. Christians think that that's heathen. How dare you have other books not associated with the Bible? Even though Christianity has their pseudepigrapha, as they call it, which I've exposed needs to be put back in. It's all apocalyptic literature. And so, marriage is a civil contract where the groom pays for the bride. It's a bridal gift. They have the Arabic word. She becomes his property. She is not free and independent. There are movements in certain parts of the world, especially here in America, where women in the Muslim community, in Islam, are getting free, but it's a long road because of the religious stranglehold. That should sound familiar to Mormon women. I bet the church doesn't talk about that. Instead, they'd probably talk about, oh, yeah, family is the center of their religion, just like Mormonism. No. See, women are not human. They are for the sole purpose of bearing heirs to the throne of the man, the tribe of the man. And so women are required, forced to cover up, not just because they belong to the man who bought them, but because of the misunderstanding of sexuality. Just like Mormons are not properly taught by their religious leaders about sexuality, despite the Bible being very graphic right from the very first chapter on sexuality, as well as the outward, clear-cut speak to be understood, number one, for the purpose of male and female. So they double it up. They say it outright. Man and woman leave their parents, have sex, have babies. And then they do a story form which symbolizes that union and having babies. Creation of heaven and earth. Waters separate, dry land appears. What happens when a baby's born? Baby is submerged in the waters recede out the woman, and the baby comes out. So, story form as well as a direct, this is how it's done in the Bible. And all religion has missed that. I don't understand why. And so, yes, they have dietary rules. Oh, just like Mormons, we have a word of wisdom. Oh, we're true because you also have dietary laws. But you're not true. We're true, but we share dietary laws because we're true and you're not true. You practice polygamy. Polyandry, they correctly said in the Wikipedia site for it, versus polyandry. That is verboten, to use the German word. Polygyny, yes. Polyandry, no. But the majority are monogamous. But again, it depends on where you are and which group. Islam has fractured. There are several different groups. It hasn't fractured to the point of Mormons. Mormons have fractured more than Islam has. But they have not fractured, neither of us have fractured near enough to compete with Christianity, with the thousands of fractures that have occurred with Christianity. So what else is significant to talk about? Muhammad, he's the prophet. He's their Christ. Though they don't, well, yeah, like Moses Christ for the Jews. But that's not the same as Mormonism. Mormons is Jesus of Christianity. The Quran with the God, Allah, is translated by Islam in English as we, the plural pronoun we. And so you can see how Constantine influenced them, even though they don't claim Jesus as their Christ. The Allah comes from the Canaanite deity El in the plural, which is Elohim. But to call El or even Elohim as the Constantine Trinity is an anachronism. But Islam, however, they were influenced by Constantine to refer to their deity as such. Yeah, he was considered the prophet, divinely inspired to preach and confirm monotheistic teachings of Adam, Abraham, Moses, Jesus. They accept Jesus as a prophet, so they fell for the con of Constantine's Christianity. I wonder if they talk about it. Let me do a little search for it first to confirm. Books. The Quran does refer to the Torah. There are some differences that they put in, which is important to know about. That's strange. Why don't you have that blued so that I can refer to it? There we go. The Quran, according to Muslim belief and Islamic scholarly accounts, is revelation in 610 CE, when the angel Gabriel, so he makes his appearance, appears to Muhammad in the cave Hira near Mecca, reciting to him the first verses of Surah Al-Alaq, if I pronounced that correctly. Muslims believe that Muhammad continued to have revelations until his death in 632 CE. So again, Mormons believe in continuous revelation, just like Islam does. Except Mormons is the one true revelation, not Muslim. You have prophets who get revelations just like we have prophets, but ours are true and yours are false. We understand each other. Isn't that great? Okay, so there you have it. The correct understanding. Number one understanding of the church's number two understanding of the pamphlet that they just came out with. Isn't this great? We're all learning together. Isn't learning fun?